Now, we've all been asked by somebody at some point in our lives to give them, to invest in their movie, right? And you want to say, well, can I see the movie first? No, you can't, right? You'd like to see the movie first before you invest in it, but you can't. Still can't do it today. But with music, yeah, you can. We can get, with a 3 minute song, we can get pretty close to what we think the thing should sound like. Now we can conceptualize a song before we get all the talent in and have them sitting around the studio, saying, well, what if we do this? What if, and not knowing sort of what you're going to get in the end. Let me give you an example. So let's just take a set of lyrics, same structure, everything, and we give it a whole bunch of the same instructions about what we want it to do. And if we know our music theory words, it's not a slot machine. We can actually give real direction. If we know words like syncopation, counterpoint, articulation, tempo, verse, chorus, refrain. If we know the basic structure of a song, AI is extremely responsive to musical notation. Even what chords you want to use, what key you want to be in, again, modulations, tempo, everything. You can put it all in there. If you know your music theory, it's not a slot machine anymore. You can get some pretty consistent ideas of what you want to express. Give an example. This is a song called Blaze.
When the world breaks down, don't you dare look away. Every fall's a setup for the rise today. Through the fire and the dust, you were made for this. Turn the crisis into power. Feel it rising. Can't deny it. This is your moment. Time to blaze your fire.
Now, sounds pretty good, right? Hold that thought for a second. What if you wanted to hear it as a standard rock song? What would that sound like? Same song, same lyrics.
When the world breaks down, don't you dare look away. Every fall's a setup for the rise today. Through the fire.
What if you wanted to hear it as a club mix? What would that sound like?
For the rise today. Through the fire and the dust, you were made for this. Turn your crisis into power. Watch it blaze. Feel it rising. Can't deny it. This is your moment. Raise it up, take it higher. Raise it up, take it higher.
Okay.
Raise it up.
You can hear this in a zillion different ways. You can hear reggaeton, there's country. Once you get the basic song down, you can change the genre. And these days, songs are made and they are cut, sliced, diced, remade, remixed. Country songs are turned into club songs. Song doesn't have to exist in one genre. It can exist across multiple genres. Now, what does this all mean? Again, this is not a production tool. It's a conceptualization tool. You cannot take one of these AI songs and, for example, down here, you cannot put it on a mixing deck. There's something wonky with the frequencies. That these faders do not respond the way they would to a normally produced song. That's not AI produced. It just breaks down completely when you put it on one of these mixing decks. I don't know what it is. It's something, these AI generators have to push out so many songs. There's something with the encoding that's a little bit strange. Um, there's options to output it to MIDI, so that there's some efficiencies there, right? So that it will take the stems and output them to MIDI, and you put them in your DAW, and then put the stuff back in. But if there's an error, in that song that you don't like that's spit out by AI, you can change it. Yes, you can, but it's so much easier to just go to your piano. Hello, over here. I went over to my piano. It's just so much easier to just walk over to the piano and make the change yourself, or guitar, or whatever. That's when you want to be able to record with studio musicians. So everybody arrives, they walk in, and guess what? It takes a lot less time in the studio to record something because everybody knows what we're doing, right? For an album, it can, instead of 16 weeks, take 9 weeks to complete. Simply because you know what you're doing before you get in there. You're seeing the movie before you invest in it. Studio facility costs, 60% savings. Session personnel, musicians, 50%. Logistics and operations, 40%. Total cost per track is basically reduced by 27%. And what's even better about that is that the number of streams that you need to recoup your cost of making your track it goes from, so for example, if you needed 6.7 million streams to be profitable on a song, now you only need 4.8 million streams. Again, so that's 27. That's what the difference is with 27%. It adds up. I mean, you could say like, okay, so I'm in the studio for 1 day instead of 2. Well, it adds up. It adds up. What we're doing is that we're reducing risk, reducing uncertainty. People are arriving with a pre-conceptualized idea of what they're going to be doing. It means that the right talent is being secured and contracted. Everybody knows what the movie's going to look like before they put the money in. The opportunity to see if a song has traction across not just one genre but across multiple genres, to be able to see that within the day or two of actually creating the first concept, the first working concept, to see it extrapolated over 8 different genres almost within 24 hours is really helpful, because it gives you an idea how much, whether the song has legs. We tried it in the sort of Latin club dance thing. Surprisingly, it just did not respond well. Reggae came out okay. See what R&B soul sounds like. How about that?
Can't deny it.
Is it a moment? Time to ignite.
so that's a lot different than the country version, right? Well, what
The pain, every scar you carry is a badge, not a tag.
okay. End of presentation. Saves a lot of money, time, headache when you can pre-conceptualize. It is not a production tool. It is not a production tool. It is not a production tool. You cannot take one of these songs and remix it on a deck. That's enough for me. To know it doesn't work. You can go in, you can try to edit. You get it close enough. You got to know your music theory though. That's what it is. It's in the prompter, not in the post production. You cannot post on these things. Production. You cannot post on these things. Production. You cannot post on these things. You have to get your prompts right first time. If you know your musical notations, you can make a song. Saves a lot of money when everybody's on board. Everybody knows what they're showing up for work to do and what it should sound like in the end. Have everybody agree, no surprises. So it's a lot less headaches. Why not, right? Okay, thanks.
In the power. Feel it rising. Can't deny it. This is your last time to blaze your fire.
Now